you?
Hey, yo, what up?
Can you tell us who you are?
Yeah, my name is Omar Jean Baptiste, and I'm a first-year medical student at Emory University.
Awesome. Why did you choose Emory Med School?
I wanted to be in Atlanta. I thought Atlanta had a really diverse population, and so that's what made me come here.
Are you happy you chose Emory?
Very. Emory's an awesome school.
How similar would you say med school is to the movies?
I feel like in movies, they like depict med students as working hard, and I think it's pretty accurate.
If you would give it a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
Probably a 7.
If you had to choose a song to describe your Emory Med School experience, what would you choose?
Oh, do you know the song Hustlin' by Rick Ross? That's the one.
What is your favorite thing about Emory so far?
Honestly, I like how enthusiastic everyone is about learning and how smart my class is.
What is an Emory Med School stereotype that holds true?
That we work hard.
Where are we right now?
We're actually the front of the School of Medicine.
Is this your favorite place on campus?
Yes, honestly, the architecture here is just awesome.
What are you involved in at Emory Med School?
I'm part of SNMA, and I also take part in some research.
What are your passions?
I really like working in underserved populations, and so I really want to do something with that.
How did you know you wanted to be a doctor?
So originally, I wanted to be a scientist and get my PhD in something, but then I realized I really like working with people, and so I figured medicine was the way to go.
Who is your ride or die at Emory Med?
Honestly, I don't really have one. I kind of keep to myself.
Are there any parties at Emory Med School?
Not that I know of.
What's the social scene like at Emory Med?
I think we have a lot of virtual hangouts, and sometimes we get together in like socially distant ways, but it's kind of different because of COVID.
How many libraries would you say you have on campus?
I would say I think 4.
Which one's your favorite?
Definitely the law library. It kind of looks like Hogwarts.
What is your favorite place to stay on campus?
Oh, definitely right here in the School of Medicine.
Do you have a type A personality?
Yeah, but I feel like most med students do.
What is class like at Emory Med School?
Yeah, so we have lecture just about every day. They tell us the learning objectives, and we focus on that for the exams.
How often do you have exams?
At the beginning, we had exams like every week. Honestly, it was kind of stressful. But now we have exams every 4 weeks.
Are your exams mostly multiple choice or short answer questions?
It's actually a combination of both. We have one multiple choice section and then another short answer section.
What is your favorite class so far?
Honestly, immunology. It's kind of cool if you think about it. We have like immune cells. They're like soldiers fighting off infections in our body.
How many hours do you study per day?
Like 6, which is a lot compared to undergrad.
Any study tips for pre-med students?
Yeah, I would say make a schedule on how you plan to study, and also do practice questions. There's evidence that shows that they're really effective.
What's something you wish you did as a pre-med in college?
Oh, I would say probably not to focus so much on GPA, but rather learning.
What is your number one tip for success in medical school?
Oh, definitely having a schedule and a plan. You got to make sure you plan your free time and your study time.
Are you usually sleep deprived?
No.
Have you put an all-nighter at Emory?
Oh, no. I hate going without sleep.
How many hours of sleep do you get?
Honestly, 8. Sleep is really important.
What is your best tip for juggling social life and academic life at Emory?
Once again, I think it comes back to planning your day out. So planning out your free time and your study time. It's really important to plan in med school.
How do Emory Med School students unwind after exams?
I would say some of them actually probably like hang out and drink, but a lot of them, I don't know, maybe like go work out or do some outdoor activities.
Nice. On a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive would you say your student body is?
I don't know. I don't really look at my classmates like that.
What's the dating culture like? More hookups versus relationships?
I don't know. I don't really partake in that. I'm here to learn medicine.
How fashionable is your med school campus?
I would say that I've seen a couple people dress up for in-person lectures, but in general, it's probably sweatpants.
How would you rank your school spirit on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say probably like a 9, maybe even a 10. People are really happy to be at Emory, and they definitely show it.
How much do you walk per day?
I probably walk like 2,000 steps.
Do a lot of students leave on campus or off campus?
Oh, all the med students live off campus.
How do you get to campus? Do you drive? Do you walk? Do you Uber?
Oh, I drive.
What are classes like for a first-year student at Emory?
So at the beginning, we basically learn physiology. It's called Prologue 1. And then we just finished Prologue 2, which is like some pathology. And now, from 2021 onward, we're going to be doing our organ blocks. And then at the end of 2021, we'll start dedicated, which is like the time to study for Step 1 exam. And then we do clinical rotations after that.
How is that different than for other upper years?
So yeah, basically first year we just study, like focus on the medical education part of it, the sciences, and then like third year, fourth year we do clinical rotations.
How often do you wear a white coat?
Honestly, I only wear my white coat for like clinical days whenever I go to the clinic.
What about scrubs?
I wear my scrubs every time I go to anatomy lab.
How cold does it get at Emory in the winter?
Oh, pretty cold.
What's an essential item to bring to medical school?
Oh, definitely a tablet. It makes the lectures a lot easier when you have something like an electronic device to write on.
How close is the nearest airport?
Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta is probably like 25 minutes away from campus.
Fill in the blank. If I had known dash about my medical school, I would never have chosen it.
I gotta keep that one blank. Honestly, I love being at Emory.
Is your school hyper competitive, or the students generally help each other out?
I would say sometimes it can be competitive, but in general, there's like a spirit of working together here. People want to see other people succeed.
If you could change one thing about Emory Med School, what would you change?
Honestly, I haven't been on campus that much, so I wouldn't say I really changed much about Emory.
Is your school cliquey?
It can be sometimes, because like people find their niche whenever they got here. But I think people are pretty welcoming in general.
Is your campus pretty diverse?
Yeah, I think our campus is pretty diverse, but more specifically our student body, like our med school class is pretty diverse. We have like 30 unrepresented minorities right now, which is honestly awesome.
How do you think Emory Med School chose you?
I think a really big thing that admissions boards do is they want to have a diverse student population, not just like based off of race, but based off of life experiences. And so they probably like what life experiences I brought to the table.
Do you check WebMD when you don't feel well?
Who doesn't?
Coffee or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever successfully diagnosed yourself with something?
Yeah, actually, funny story. We actually just learned about inflammation, and I had a little bit of dermatitis on the back of my head, and I figured, oh, why don't I just take some ibuprofen? And so I did, and it's gone now.
Have you ever diagnosed your friends or family?
No, I'm not that skilled yet.
Is medicine anything like Grey's Anatomy?
I think Grey's Anatomy is kind of dramatized, so probably not, especially not the med student life.
What is your least favorite part about medical school so far?
I would say it's probably like the amount of info we have to like take in constantly.
What is your craziest or grossest cadaver story?
Honestly, I don't really have like a super crazy story, but the cadavers smell kind of weird sometimes. Kind of funky smell.
What kind of doctor do you want to be?
Honestly, I'm thinking about going to something surgical based, so that's where I'm at right now.
Why surgery?
I just really like working with my hands. I feel like it's something that could be for me.
Does it get annoying when friends and family ask you for medical advice?
No, because I just tell them I'm still a med student. I don't really know.
What is something you wish you knew before starting medical school?
I wish I knew that this is not undergrad anymore, and you can't treat it as such.
What is the hardest part about med school?
I really think it's just like the amount of information. It's really easy to get information overload, and so sticking to learning objectives is really crucial.
So what is one thing you learned in medical school that you weren't expecting to?
Honestly, it's not that I didn't expect to learn it, but I didn't expect to start thinking like a doctor so soon. They're really like making us and training us to think differently about things.
What keeps you motivated when school gets really hard?
Honestly, hit the gym
How often do you work out?
like 4 times a week.
Nice. What's your workout routine like?
Right now, it's full body workouts.
What is your most impressive achievement?
Honestly, I think it's just get into med school.
Do you practice a lot of techniques like the physical exam when you're classmates?
We haven't since our last physical exam, but we're probably going to start doing it eventually again.
Should people watching this video apply to Emory Med School?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Omar, for joining us.
Absolutely, man.